Hey everybody, my name is Brenna and I am the brand manager here at Fabulous Aiken Homes. Today I'm joined with Samantha Grove and we will be discussing the home buying process and everything that goes into it.
Hey, I'm Samantha Grove. I am the lead buyer's agent for the Fabulous Aiken Homes team and I'm happy to be here.
Samantha, why don't you tell us kind of what the home buying process looks like and what someone should do to be prepared for that?
The very first thing that needs to happen when you're getting ready to purchase a home, clarify how you're going to pay for your home. For most of us, that means going and getting a pre-approval with the lender. It is far more fun to go house shopping when you know how much you can spend. And knowing what your payments will look like will help you frame what it is you're looking for.
After we get pre-qualified, what's the next step for us?
So the next step is to have a really thorough heart-to-heart conversation with your buyer's agent. That agent's job is to take not only what is a comfortable budget for you, but also listen to the wants and needs of what you're looking for in your next home so that you can have a really productive home search in front of you. The buyer's agent is going to not only look in what's in the multiple listing service, but also beat the bushes for other sources to find just the right home for you. When I sit down and have a buyer consultation with my buyers, I ask a lot of questions because if you just say, I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home up to this amount, that's an easy search. But if I find out that what they really need is 2 bedrooms and an office, that opens up the search to other options and other uses of the property. So there's a lot more options available to them. After a really deep conversation with you about your wants and needs, I should, if I've listened correctly and done my job well, be able to come up with probably the 3 or 4 best fits for all the things that you need, and we should be able to see them on our first time out.
All right, Samantha, so now in this process, we found the house. What do they do next?
So the next thing we do is we write our offer. There's several different factors that go into writing the offer, which includes that pre-qual letter that you already have. It'll include the price, it'll include things like closing date and other factors that might be attractive or negotiating points with the seller. So we craft the best offer we can and we present it to the seller. Sometimes there's some negotiation that goes back and forth, and ideally we wind up with a ratified contract within a day or two. Once we have a ratified contract, that actually launches the whole next set of events that happen between getting a contract and closing on your house. The next few things that need to happen occur within a probably 2-week period. Within the first couple of days, you'll need to deposit earnest money, which is often about 1% of the purchase price, and the closing attorney or sometimes the other brokerage will hold that money. You'll want to have a window of time to inspect the home and negotiate any repairs that you might ask the seller to make. And during that time also, the contract has been delivered to your lender and to your closing attorney. The closing attorney will work on title work. Your lender is going to start working on your loan as the agent and the buyer are working on negotiating those repairs. The agent and the buyer will have a conversation. The home inspector comes up with a laundry list of things, from the roof is about to cave in to, oh, this door drags a little, to this door doesn't latch. Some of those things are welcome to home ownership, and some of those things really are negotiating points as far as, I thought I was getting a home that was ready to move into, and I see that there's some hurdles in the way. Those things would need to be taken care of. So the buyer and I will sit down and go over the list of items that the home inspector's given us and decide which things are most important that need to be taken care of in one way, shape, or form in order for the contract to move forward. We present that to the other side. Some negotiation happens back and forth. Once we get those things ironed out and we come to an agreement, we're off to the next step.
So after all of that's done and everyone's in an agreement, what happens next?
After that, truth be told, Brenna, it gets a little quiet. There's just a lull of time where other people need to do their jobs. You'll hear from your lender a lot as far as, I need one more check stub, I need one more bank statement. That kind of stuff happens a lot. The closing attorney is working on the title work. There's a gap of time where it feels like we're still buying a house, right? But of course, your buyer's agent is going to be checking in with you and touching base and keeping you up to speed.
After all the silence is over, how much longer until I can finally move into my home as a buyer?
That's very often decided by the lender and how much time they need to process the loan. You can see a loan process usually between 4 and 6 weeks from the time they first get the contract. Then we are ready to go to closing. On closing day, or the day before, your lender will tell you what your obligation is of how much you need to bring to closing. Usually the day before closing, maybe 2 days before, your lender will let you know what your obligation of money to bring to closing is. That usually needs to happen either in a wire or in a cashier's certified check. You come to closing with your driver's license, the money you need to bring to closing, and hopefully some nimble hands because you're going to be doing some signing.
I do want to finish up, so let's go ahead and do our closing, and then we'll talk about all the other stuff since it's separate, and I'll flip it around.
Sure. Okay.
All right, so we closed on the house. I'm signing my life away. That's what they always say when you buy a house. And other than that, that's about it. So ideally, from what I've heard talking to you, from the day I contact my agent and find my house, it's going to be a 2-month period window before it's all right, time to start moving in and getting settled.
Right. I mean,
Awesome.
If you really do find your ideal house the first day out and your lender's on the ball, you could conceivably close within a month, but it usually takes closer to 6 weeks to 2 months.
I hope this video helped clarify the home buying process for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you, Samantha,
It's my pleasure.